Hi everybody, it's Raj and Gabby, and we're here to share a tip with you about how to keep the sex dirty during.
Yes, as you know, all of our content is fights clean and sex dirty before, as it starts, during, and after, so that you can apply the tip when you need it the most. And this tip is about in the middle of it, right while you're getting it on, right? And this tip is called
The 3 Nos of Naughty.
Yes, Raj and I came up with this one night when we were fooling around having an extra long love session. And you know, the most common complaint we hear about relationships in regards to sex is that it's getting predictable, it's boring, maybe you feel suppressed and you're not really able to say what you really want. And then you actually just starting to think of it as a bit of a chore and a should, and oh,
Which
it's
we
not
don't want
that
that.
important. We don't want you to do that at all. So this is a way you can kind of play around with communicating and stretching those edges with your beloved around what are the things that you might have thought you might not do before, but you actually are interested. Maybe you're interested in being convinced a little bit more. So we came up with this. Now, before we say that, we first want to say something about consent. Consent's not only hot, it's required. Yes means yes and nothing less. And we understand no means no. This is in a different context. So when we talk about these 3 Nos of Naughty, it's in a safe environment and you're just kind of playing with stretching. What are those pleasure boundaries for you? Can you surrender to let your beloved take you just to that edge, or can you do that for them?
Yeah, and if you're like most couples, you probably have some ideas of fantasies or desires that you'd like to express to your partner, but you might be afraid like they might think you're weird or that might be too much. And so we don't say anything. And the neat thing is when you start having some freedom to express some of those fantasies or desires in this safe way using this 3 Nos of Naughty, you actually get to play. And every once in a while, if not more often, your partner's going to say, yeah, I'd like to try that too. Or they feel the freedom to share something with you.
So this came about one night because Raj did something, I don't remember what it was, and I went, just very naturally, I went, no. And what that no meant was, that's this one level of the no, that no meant, I'm not ready to say yes, but that sounds interesting, so convince me. I work a little harder. I want you to convince me. And it just got us into a conversation about the different no's. Because then there's the no of the like, no, and that's where, you know, something is, you know, you want it completely off the table. It's confronting that you even are talking about it and you don't want to talk about it right now. You certainly don't want to engage in it. And then there's the in between those two, which is more in the realm of, you know, it's in the realm of possibility, but not right now, and I actually am not interested in being convinced. So it's no never, it's yes possibly, but I'm not in the mood to even talk about it right now. And the yes, actually I'm interested, and why don't you convince me a little bit more? Now what you're trying to get to, of course, is yesing them, right? Because that's what we want to do, is yes our beloveds, because their desires mean something good about them, and we want them to be feeling vital and alive and vibrant and excited by their lives, by their bodies, and by our relationship.
So test out this 3 Nos of Naughty. It'll totally free you up to express your sexual desires, some passions that you may have been in the past afraid to suggest, and it will really fuel the fire in your relationship and help you keep the sex dirty during.
Yes, and if this topic of how to keep the sex dirty during is of interest and up for you in your relationship right now, then go ahead to the website. We have lots of blogs. Just you can use the search function, or you can look for that logo of how to keep the sex dirty during. Remember, you're looking for the heart with the devil horns, right? Because that's keeping the sex dirty. If you see the halo, that's about keeping the fights clean. Because a playful, peaceful, passionate relationship, it's possible, it's worth it, and we want to help you make it easier and more fun.
Here's to you having a playful, peaceful, passionate relationship, and remember,
Save being nasty for your sex life. Bye-bye. See you soon.